All right, today we are going to talk about the 7702 update and deadlines. When is the deadline that I can still obtain a policy with a 4% guarantee if that is my preference? So the old product with a 4% guaranteed rate and a higher death benefit naturally is still available right now, and technically per the IRS guidelines, it is available through the end of 2021. Meaning if I start a policy today or anytime during 2021, make the payment, I'm approved, I fund it, and it's during 2021, with that guaranteed rate of 4%, you are locked into that guaranteed rate of 4% forever. If you've purchased a policy in the past, say it was 2020, so it was 1990, at any point in time with a 4% guarantee, you are locked into that 4% guarantee. Now, we're in October right now of 2021, so we're getting close to December. Once 2022 rolls around, only the new products will be available. And the new products, depending on the company and the product that we select, if it's a traditional whole life insurance policy, if it's a limited pay product, whatever it might be, the guaranteed rate will fall between 2 and 3.75%. Good to have awareness on that. Now, several companies have released the new products where we can actually make the choice right now between the old one and the new one and kind of see it side by side. But if we like the higher guaranteed rate with the strongest guaranteed cash values, a lot of people we work with do like that. The 4% guaranteed rate does give you that, but the new product is still solid across the board. So we've got the IRS deadline, but speaking of deadlines, insurance companies have their own deadlines as well, which is very important to be aware. It's very important to be aware of these deadlines. So we're going to touch on 3 companies here, being MassMutual, Guardian, and New York Life, 3 of the 4 major mutual carriers. Let's get on into it. So with MassMutual, we have an application deadline and then also an actual starting the policy deadline, sign and fund deadline, we can call it. So the application deadline that MassMutual has, November 19th. So what this means is if you want a policy with a guaranteed rate of 4% and you prefer MassMutual, an application with them must be submitted and in good order on or before 11/19/2021. This does not mean that you are forced to take out the policy. So if I sign off with an application with any company, that does not bind me or force me to take that policy out. And I mention that because if you're in a position where you say, hey, I'm new to all of this, I'm trying to understand if a whole life insurance policy is actually a fit for me, regardless of what the guarantees look like I need the information before I just rush into something because that's not my style. Like if you feel like that, for full transparency or awareness here, you have until 11/19 to submit an application, and then your options are open to select a product with the guaranteed rate of 4% or the new product, or nothing if you decide to do nothing. So application deadline, 11/19, and then the start date must be on or before 12/31/2021, which is technically 12/30 because most companies close on the 31st. It's New Year's Eve, so by December 30th, in most cases, is when I will need to make the payment. Guardian, application deadline. None. So then you have no cutoff date for the application. And what that means is I can submit an application, call it December 15th, with 2 weeks to go, and if I'm approved, I could start a policy still before December 31st, so I've got the same payment deadline, but there's no application deadline, which gives me a little bit more time. Now, with that said, what is very important to be aware of is the underwriting process sometimes is very quick. Sometimes it's less than a week with different insurance carriers, but sometimes it takes much longer. On average, it can take 3 to 6 weeks, depending on the size of the policy, how much I'm paying in, perhaps my health history. So we might not want to push the envelope too much in that respect when it comes to saying, hey, if I don't have an application deadline, maybe I could submit it on the 25th, maybe the 24th, and then try and get approved and start by the 31st. That'll be tough. You're pushing it there. and you may end up getting approved after the 31st. So another thing to mention here is, let's assume you apply for a policy with Mass before the 19th, anytime with Guardian, and you're approved after the 31st. What that means is, unfortunately, you will only have the new product as an option with a lower guaranteed rate, between 2 and 3.75%. So just for additional transparency there, you have the choice to select either one between now and the end of 2022, meaning the old product with a guaranteed rate of 4%, or the new product with the lower guarantees and higher MEC limits. We've got other content on that. But once 2022 rolls around, it's only the new one. New York Life, their cutoff deadline for applications, November 5th. So what that means is that an application must be submitted and in good order with New York Life by November 5th if you still want to lock in the 4% guaranteed rate with a New York Life product. If you submit an application on November 10th with New York Life, you will only have the new product available in terms of what the guaranteed rate will be with the different MEC limits. And the same would be true with MassMutual of the 19th, all that good stuff. And then the cutoff deadline for funding, same thing here at 12/31. And again, what I'm doing here is defaulting back to the IRS deadline. So this is where there's more pressure because this is an IRS deadline. There are certain standards that insurance companies have to comply by. Because of this, the application deadline is something they have a bit more flexibility over. So I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out anytime. We are still doing our best with everyone we work with to show both options if they want to see both options, meaning old product, new product, provide as much information as quickly as possible. This way, you can get into the old product if that's what you want, maybe get into the new product, but you get all of the information up front and you don't feel rushed and then make a bad decision because of that. So again, hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the like button, subscribe button if you did, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Hey guys, Steve Parisi here. If you enjoyed the content you just saw, please subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for future videos. If you'd like more information or to see some custom policies for yourself, feel free to call or email our offices at the contact information below.